This morning we're going to take off these rock rails that were supplied at the factory for this Jeep Gladiator. This is a 2023, and we're going to install some Weston drop step running boards on it. So I'll take you through the process and show you step by step on how that's going to be done today. So here's the part number and the way it is shipped to me. When I ordered from Amazon, it took about 3 days from time of order to the time I got the package delivered to my place. As you can see, everything is very well packaged, and it's going to take me a minute to cut all this foam off here, so I will get back to you in a moment here and lay out all the parts, and we'll go through it. Okay, so here's a picture of the boards without the brackets installed. They were packed up really great. Just be careful when you're taking the foam wrap off them. You have to cut that off with a knife. Just make sure you don't scratch the boards. And let me see if I can get a measurement of the steps. So there we go. So we're 15.5 inches for the front step, and on the back step 11 inches. Oops, sorry about that. 11 inches there. And the width of the step itself, where you can get your toe on, so if your toe is to rest right up against the running board, you're about 5 inches, which is a pretty good purchase point for your foot to get in. And also the bolts here is removable, so if these things get worn down, it's as simple as just replacing the top cap there. So when you install these, the wide board goes to the front, and the sticker as well goes to the front. So I'm going to get the brackets installed onto these, and we'll start getting the old rock rails taken off. Okay, so this is your mounting brackets for the driver's and the passenger side. So each is a little hard to see here, so we can get it in focus. See the D on there, so all the ones with the D obviously for the driver's side, and then the same are printed for P for passenger side. Now there's 3 of these brackets here, and if you can see in there, if I can get it into focus, passenger rear, passenger center, and last but not least the passenger front, and that is the same for the driver's side. So what I'll do is I'll assemble these brackets onto the boards with the supplied hardware, and I'll let you know what goes where when that time comes. Okay, so we're underneath the Jeep now. So in order to remove the rock rails that came supplied from factory, there is this bolt right here, 13 millimeter, and you have this bolt right here that's bolted into your pinch rail. So there are 4 of these, and I believe there's 4 brackets, so there's 2 of these on each one. So if you remove the middle, leave one at the ends, at each end, it'll help support the board so it doesn't come, or sorry, the rock rail, so it doesn't come crashing down on you while you're trying to remove it from the truck. So I'll get those removed and show you what it looks like after. Okay, so with all the attaching hardware removed, these studs here seem to hold that rock rail up in place, so you don't have to worry about it falling down on you. So just get all the bolts and nuts removed and slide out from under the vehicle and just remove the rock rail. And that's all it is to remove that rock rail from the underside of the Jeep. So we'll start working on putting these brackets in place, and we'll go through those step by step so everybody knows where they go. Okay, so this is the bolt setup. So it has a carriage bolt, flat washer, lock washer, and a nut. So that is what's going to hold on these brackets here. And you can see the square holes there for the carriage bolts. So I'll get the first one on and let you guys have a look and see how that is mounted. Okay, so front bracket, middle bracket, and then you skip, let's see if I can get a little further away. So there's 4 old locations from when the rock rail was installed. So this is the very back. So you need to skip this one here. So there's 3 brackets, one for the middle, one for the front, one for where the driver actually enters, and then one at the very back. So there's not one directly under the step where the rear passenger comes in. And then if we swing underneath, everything's loose here, just kind of waiting for the board to go on. I used the factory bolt back in here. I suspect that'd be stronger and a little bit more rust resistant than what comes with the factory, with the running board stuff. And the holes are already threaded here from the rock rail, so you'll have a few extra spare clips in your hardware package. Okay, so in the kit of hardware, there are 4 of these short bolts. And the instructions aren't very clear as to where they go. So, however, if you look at the mounting brackets here, so this is actually the rear. Here's the middle. And if you see how far out from the running board they are, and then if you go to the front, and it's very recessed. So the 4 short ones are for the very front bracket, so they don't push through into the running board tube. So if you put the long ones in there, you are going to damage your running board. Alright, so before you set the board onto the truck, this bracket must be installed loosely, because if you leave this bracket off like the instructions say, there's no way to get this bolt in without cursing and swearing like crazy. So put the 2 bolts in the top with the washers, this bracket loosely installed, and then we're going to slide it on. Alright, so the driver's side is installed. It was a little ignorant, I'm not going to lie. That front bracket is a pain in the balls. So just take your time with it. Definitely looks pretty good though. One thing I did notice is when you're installing the boards, make sure that the running board itself is not touching the cab of the truck. Because as you're driving down the road and everything's kind of shaking and vibrating, it'll eventually wear the paint off. So, and we don't want any rust. So, on to the next side. Alright, so that is the installation of the Wesson HDX drop steps for the Jeep Gladiator. Here's a look at the other side as well. The shape, I believe, complements the shape of the truck. They match perfectly. Much better than a tube step, in my opinion. Anyways, if you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button, help us grow the channel, and like it so it gets shared to more places. Thanks.